Hey, what's up, guys? This is Project J coming at you. I decided to commentate the last few matches of the August Netplay tournament. Nobody explodes, and this is my run back set versus Brent. So, yeah, Brent coming in with two metal grapplers, both with short range builds. Uh, he's got flame on one, he's got shotgun on the other. Very difficult, I think, to run two builds that are so similar. You double up on the strengths of those builds, yes, but you double up on their weaknesses as well, and that's something that I exploit in this set for sure, because I run Breaker Ion versus him, and, Metal Grapplers already, I think, have a tough time dealing with Lightning Sky with Ion. You can see it's just so easy for them to put out a lot of different pressure from a lot of different directions, and Brent can easily take a lot of damage. If Ion hits, it can combo into itself, just like that. The amount of damage it can get off from one bad situation is pretty difficult. So it can be really tough, I think, for Brent to try and play around this build when both of his builds are so close range, but also lack so much mobility. Bit of a rough start, I think, in game one. Now, the Metal Bear Flame, I think, is a pretty good build overall at dealing with Shrike especially. Shrike is very reliant on its collision attack, you see. But Flame has so many active frames that I can't use collision attack to invincible through them, Shrike really doesn't have a lot it can do other than hope it can run around the flame and maybe punish that way. It's a good build to deal with Shrike. Shotgun, though, not so much. I think Shotgun is the one that's letting him down here. But pay attention here. Brent definitely very well aware of the way Shrike wants to use that collision attack, especially on Wake Up. It's a bad habit of mine that Brent is clearly exposing. So good stuff to him, and you'll see more of that throughout the set as it goes on. But yeah, he knows how to play around Shrike for sure. But I think sort of bad builds for game one let him down, and in game two he counterpicks to Metal Bear Sniper for his second build, which I think is a much better pick. Like I said, Flame is already pretty good at dealing with Shrike, and then Sniper is really good at dealing with Lightning Sky. So in this situation, Brent, in theory, has just what he needs to play around my two builds. And as we start game two, it's a little bit of a war of attrition, you might say, a little bit of a camp game. He's throwing out a lot of Titans, trying to get some damage. Meanwhile, I'm trying to catch him with Wyvern shots. I'm not the hugest fan of Titan myself. Even when it hits, it doesn't do a lot of damage. It takes so long to get where it's going. It can often backfire on its user just as much as it hurts the opponent. And if you're behind, the lack of damage is really difficult for Titan to deal with when it comes to trying to play defensively and bring a lead back. It just doesn't have the damage to make up any sort of health deficit. So for those reasons, I'm personally not the hugest fan of Titan. Now that was pretty unfortunate. Brent played the matchup there exactly perfectly. He just mistimed it. The idea with beating Lightning Sky is you want to get to where it's going. Lightning Sky can really telegraph its direction, and it doesn't have an easy time changing direction. So he tried to get ahead of me and punish with Sniper, which will knock down Lightning Sky in one hit, no matter what. But it didn't matter because there was just an Ion shot there to punish him. And unfortunate, he did try to wait for Shrike to be vulnerable there, but twice in a row. First time he was a little too early firing Sniper, second time he was a little too late. So Sniper's lack of homing really sort of let it down in the Shrike matchup. It's definitely Flame is the one that's going to deal well with Shrike. Sniper is more for dealing with Lightning Sky. And at this point, there's so much of a health deficit that Brent really needs to make something happen if he wants to win this game. But like I said, he relies a lot on Titan, but Titan's not going to make up, what is this, 400 HP of a health deficit? It's just too much. So, I don't know. At this point, 25 seconds are left, and I'm not looking to make any sort of risky play here. I just want to, you know, do what I can to stay out of his range and keep him away, man. That's all I'm looking to do. Um, so bad attempt there. I tried to punish him with stun, but I was clearly far out of range. And this swap to Breaker, I don't agree with in hindsight. It had much lower HP. It could have easily, with the right read, Breaker could have definitely been eliminated. With Metal Bear, could have easily done 150 damage. But alas, it wasn't meant to be. And in Game 3, Brent is going to take us to Little Locomotive, and he's going to swap the Sniper build for Dragon. I can see the idea there. Certainly, the amount of homing that Dragon has might help it to punish Strike's collision attack a little better. If he's a little late on the punish, he still might be able to get it because the shot size is bigger, the homing's more pronounced. And it might also deal with Breaker as well, because if I can just slowly shimmy away from the very linear path of Sniper, perhaps in those situations, Dragon might still be able to catch me. So I see the idea, and there, Brent he got right ahead of where Breaker wanted to be, and punished really well, so good stuff from him. It looks like it's sort of in Brent's favor. He's gotten some good punishes on both builds, but his Dragon build is sort of sitting pretty. But alas, this is the main weakness of Dragon. For all its power, for all its homing capability, he can fire Dragon shots, and I can just, fire a Wyvern after the Dragon's already been shot out, and still have enough time to get away from it. Very unfortunate. Again, Brent is waiting for the strike charge, though, and punishing it. He's, honestly, in this Netplay tournament, he's dealing with strike better than any other opponent I faced, for sure. And to be honest, as Shrike gets more play, I do expect more of the community will adapt the way Brent has, but Brent's definitely ahead of the pack, for sure. But Shrike, again, is becoming a much more meta pick these days, so we'll see how it goes. So, again, right there, waiting for the charge and just getting the punish. Really well played by Brent around Shrike. He's dealing with it so well. But right at the end here, a little bit of a panic play. He keeps trying to swap out, and he gets down canceled several times. None of it was needed. Shrike can only do about 200 damage off a single exchange, and he was sitting pretty at more than 300 health, so there was no need for him to swap out. A little bit of a panic play, but, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, and, Game 3 is going to go to me, but well played by Brent. I really do think, don't sleep on him. He played it pretty well, but what can you do? So there it is, Set versus Brent. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you all enjoyed the commentary. Alright, peace out.